Hi, everybody. Um, Thank you for being in attendance for this quick presentation and Q&A session. You will be able to put your questions on the YouTube page on the right side, and then we can take it from there. I will start with a quick presentation in terms of explaining to you um, who we are, what we're doing, and our project. My name is Samson Asefa. I'm the CEO and co-founder of AXenS, along with Dr. Timothy McGarvey, Sophie Plau, and Vorasit are the four founders. I will go into a little bit more detail about our backgrounds later, but I'm going to start sharing a presentation screen for you for a quick presentation, and then we can go on to all the exciting stuff about what our project does and the upcoming ICO as well. I hope you can see the actual screen now. So AXenS, as you may have seen in our chat rooms and everywhere else, is going to be a forward-thinking blockchain business-to-business platform. The AXenS platform was conceived from the current business that we're actually doing. It's a consortium of about 6 or 7 commodities trading firms that have come together in order to create this platform. The idea behind this platform is essentially funding export-oriented enterprises for them to export their material from point A to point B. So from the seller to the actual buyer. We plan to do this by providing trade finance or supply chain finance credit. However, where we will start to differ from traditional banking institutions is through the fact that we will be using transaction data financing. And this capability has come on thanks to blockchain. Blockchain will allow us to have a look-through capacity on the actual supply chain management platform. Supply chain management is really defined as everything that happens between point A and point B of an actual product, leaving the actual seller and arriving to the actual buyer. So this can be composed of several different processes. If you look at this particular chart, you can see that you have our supplier, which once the product is done, will have to go through the trucking, the shipping, the actual customs, any analysis, companies, and then it eventually ends up with the buyer. So this top part is what we call supply chain management. And ideally, what we're planning to do is have one place of truth through our blockchain technology, where this process will be completely transparent. With that being transparent, it will allow us to define and customize any type of financing that a particular export-oriented company would need. I just want to go back to the opportunity set. What this particular map shows you is that there's a huge opportunity set for small and medium enterprises to be funded. Each circle that you see there represents in black the number of small and medium enterprises in those countries. And then it's in the smaller fine print, what you will see is in orange, the underserved SMEs, essentially SMEs which are not able to access banking simply because they're either over leveraged or The banking institutions use traditional parameters in terms of assessing credit, and hence, neglect these different businesses. Because of that, we are able to come in through our blockchain process, being able to see the actual transparency of an actual deal when they're trying to export their products, and be able to fund them while at the same time managing the supply chain business. If we go further down with regards to the presentation, this should be very interesting. This is the traditional supply chain environment. As you can see, there's no central place of truth. There are many, many institutions, many tasks, and a lot of paperwork that is involved. So our platform, taking this particular presentation in mind, will turn it into what you see now. The middle hectagon is essentially AXenS, and all the different stakeholders that you see across the middle will be interacting with AXenS in one central place, such that everyone can have one place of truth, transparency, and in essence, immutability in any of the documents that are currently used. If we go one step further, this is a very interesting chart, as it shows you X notes, which is at all the way to the right, and our technology versus Ethereum, Bitcoin, and fiat currencies. Just to be clear, we have our own customized blockchain technology, which is from the beginning meant for blockchain. I'll let you go through the different specifics and aspects of our technology, and feel free to ask questions afterwards. The next chart shows you our coin, which again is in blue, is the part where you have the different specificities for our coin. Again, I'll let you go through it. It shows you the difference between Bitcoin and fiat currencies. Just to be clear, our coin is called AXenS. We'll have certain mechanisms in terms of allowing to subdue the volatility of the currency, especially during intra deals when trade finance is involved. Quickly, this shows you the advantages of blockchain specific to our business and supply chain management. In essence, the top part shows you what we address and how we do it at the bottom. So there's the issue of traceability, compliance, flexibility, and stakeholder management. And as you can see, each one is addressed through auditability, immutability, smart contracts, and the disintermediation possibilities of blockchain. So again, a big question that we always had was, is your platform really needed? One, and two, does blockchain actually apply to your business model and your platform? And here you have a succinct answer that it's yes. Next page shows you some more advantages of blockchain for our specific business. I'll let you read through it. In essence, it's this flexibility. We'll be digitizing most documents in order to render them tamper-proof. Smart contracts will allow us to put letters of credit and other conditionalities in any of the actual transactions, global trade transactions that can be done. All this translates really into what? It translates into our ability to be able to lend small and medium enterprises where banks and other entities are not able to, one, and two, to be able to manage the actual process of export from point A to point B, so that we have complete transparency in what happens, and be able to collateralize it. Collateral meaning backing the actual loan with the product that's being sold, as well as any type of invoicing that comes from the buyer side. This is our timeline pre-ICO. As you can see, early March, we're in the process of preparing for our pre-ICO stage. Pre-ICO will have certain tranches in terms of getting bonuses and discounts. And then we'll move on to the ICO stage mid-April. There are possibilities right now due to the demand that we've seen for private sales. Bonuses will range from 30% bonus, 25% to 30% bonus, all the way down to 5%, depending on timing and the amount that's invested. All that has been specified within our white paper, but we'll also be sending out a term structure. Next slide shows you our roadmap, both technical development and business development. I would say that we're 70 to 60% of the way in terms of our technical development on the blockchain part. Our infrastructure is such that the back end will be SAP with the enterprise relationship management system, trade management system. So it will take care of the accounting, customer management, etc. Our blockchain, of course, is the brain of the product, and front end will be an internet user interface, which would be accessible through your laptops and mobile devices. So business development, this is again where we stand out significantly, because what we are doing, and I believe this is where blockchain exploitation is missing, is we're actually leveraging an existing business which has revenue and profit and turning it onto blockchain in order to improve the business model with the different advantages that blockchain allows us. So we're in discussions with different exchanges. We already have 7-8 commodity traders which will come directly onto the platform. All these commodity traders are profit-making businesses which have been around anywhere between 6+ years, some beyond 10 years. Sway Capital, which is the company that I lead, has been in the commodities trading business for over 6 years and was the initial impetus in terms of developing this particular platform. Next slide, you will see the graphics and the ICO term structure for our coming event. Again, we are being quite ambitious in terms of what we want to do. We're looking to raise up to $50 million. Again, it's very important to note that of those 50, 65% are going to go towards the lending business, so which is a core part of our business. You will see that beyond that, we have a generous bounty program, which is actually live. So please go to our bounty program and join and spread the word. And then we have 7% for early AXenS users in terms of different commodity traders or other different platforms, other different stakeholders and lenders which are willing to come onto our platform. So there's an incentive there. I'll let you look at that more in detail and let me know if you have any questions. Another thing, so that really is our presentation in briefly speaking. Any questions you have, we'll be happy to take it. Other advantages of this platform, which will probably not be found with our competitors, I would say, is that we really want to be a one-stop shop from the lending perspective and also the supply chain management. On top of that, we have two functionalities which we're very proud of. One being syndication, so that on very risky trade deals, we would allow crowdfunding in order to reduce risk for the specific lender while still being able to cater to the trading companies and possibly be able to participate in high-risk deals with high return. Second part is a secondary loan market for the loans. This will allow liquidity into the actual structure. So with that, we have finished the actual presentation. I will let everybody be free to ask any questions you want. We're here to answer your questions, and we're very excited about our project. Thank you. So guys, let me know if you have any questions. You can type it on the YouTube channel, and then we can pick it up from there. YouTube channel. Okay, so I see some questions up here. Let me start with Adrian. Adrian's question is, where are the target markets for using AXenS globally or focusing in just some countries? I think I partially answered that question. Target markets are emerging market countries and small and medium enterprises where they have very little access to funding, and hence through our structure and through our model, we'll be able to provide funding as well as provide the supply chain management of the model. Leah has a question. Leah's question is, what are the advantages of using SAP? Well, a couple of things. SAP has a very good customer management system at the back end with regards to the accounting, customer management, trade order management, etc. Now, we are actually flexible in terms of using the IBM structure, IBM as a back end, or any other ERP systems. Having said that, we do have SAP specialists in our team, and that is one thing I failed to mention within the presentation. We have an excellent team of developers. We have Conjure, award-winning user interface and user experience, UI and UX developers. They have a lot of blue chip customers ranging from Jaguar, McLaren, and several other prominent car companies and other companies such as Tails, etc. We have Xnotes, which is our customized technology, which again is an award-winning technology company run by Sopit Lal, who is one of the early precursor advocates of blockchain and enterprise-based blockchain. So let me see if we have more questions. We have a question from Lewis. Where can I get a copy of the slides to review? We will be posting our slides on our website under the resources section. So feel free to download it or go take a look at it from there. Our website is extremely comprehensive, and I have to say we're very proud of our white paper. So please feel free to read it. We also have a one-pager which explains succinctly all the different aspects of our project as well as the upcoming ICO. Any other questions? Okay, so if there's no other questions, I just wanted to say a couple of points. We have an excellent team on board. Our CIO is Tim McGarvey, is PhD physics from Caltech, formerly responsible for the nuclear operations of U.S. Army submarine. We have as an advisor Mark Munoz, who's currently been promoted to as an advisor of artificial intelligence for Harvard University. We also have Sophie Blau, as I said, which was who created AXenS, and others highly senior executives across the business and technology world. So we've assembled both excellent developers, 3 teams of developers, and several executives which have had years and years of experience, both from the technology side and the business side, in order to bring it all together. I think Leah had Adrian has another question. Since it will be lending capabilities, so you'll comply to every country's regulations. Yes, but again, this is lending to small and medium enterprises, and the lending occurs. It's short-term loans. That's another important thing to mention with regards to trade finance. Short-term loans, which will last up to 3 or 4 months, to underserved companies, in which any regulatory hurdle, of course, will be addressed. But generally speaking, this is something we currently do without the actual platform, right? So again, the beauty about our business is it's a business that's been ongoing for a very long time, and we're well aware and cognizant of the rules and regulations out there. Now we are leveraging blockchain and this transformative technology to improve our business model by making it a lot more efficient, less costly, and that much more transparent. Leah also has a question. Will this opportunity be open to businesses that are outside the small and medium business plan? Yes, it will. I think that will be stage 2 of our venture. On an opportunistic basis, we could also target larger companies. In our current businesses outside of the blockchain, we actually deal with larger businesses also. But as I've shown you previously, the opportunity set is so large for small and medium enterprises, and the profitability is also quite extensive. So we're really focused on that first. Okay, I'm just going to check that I have answered all questions. Okay, it seems as if there are no more questions. If there are, please join us on our Telegram channel, which I'm typing right here for you, and the team will be more than happy to answer any of your questions, and we will have another Q&A as we go further into the time to get to our ICO. So thank you, everybody. Thanks for your support, and we hope to see you soon for our next Q&A session, and of course be present for the ICO that we'll be having in the coming month. Thank you. Take care.